we left off, where we decided we are not handing in our resignation letter, and we're actually going to go to San Francisco to try to solve this weird case revolving around angels painted in blood. Wait.
A while ago, I posted a memo discussing how meetings should be as effective as possible. I suspect that no one has actually read it.
Oops. Also, actually click on the door, huh?
To get the catalog was quite easy. What are we going to do next?
Whatever it takes. Thanks for those paintings.
You're welcome. Now only to find out which one of them was used in that madman's creation.
Sure, we'll compare them somehow. This time we have to be really particular about it.
It seems to me it makes Renier quite nervous. I'd say she's under pressure from the bosses to show off to those Americans.
I'm thinking about how to compare these paintings with motifs of that blood painting.
Print those photos from the presentation. You can do that using the remote.
That's true. Why didn't that occur to me?
Alright, well, let's go back.
It's useless to print that. There's nothing there that could help me in searching for the artwork used. This photo surely will be useful in the search. Yes, that photo will be useful. This photo surely will be useful in the search. Yes, that photo will be useful. It's useless to print that.
Just gotta pick it up from the printer. Come on, there it is.
Great, the photos aren't here. Well, I'll take care of it myself. I don't need to call the technicians to tell me that after mending it for an hour, there was a sheet of paper stuck inside. I can't open the cover like that. I'd better not touch that. God only knows what might happen. I can't see any problem here.
Great. There it is.
Now it should be possible to remove the printer cover. See? There really is paper jammed inside. I can't pull the paper out. It's jammed under the toner. Weird, it won't move a bit. The safety lock is released, so it's possible to take the toner out. Now I'm removing the toner. Right, the jammed paper is out. I can't see any other problem.
Alright, well, let's put the toner back in.
It surely won't print without toner.
Well, no duh.
The printer is working.
I'm awesome.
These photos weren't easy to get. Hopefully it will be worth the effort. Here are the photos I printed.
I think we're good. Something over here, right? No. Back to the office. Ooh, the lily one. Okay.
So let's see if we can find something interesting.
If you find some similarities, then insert a note with the letter of that particular photo to that page.
But we'll all look at it, won't we?
No chance. We don't want to restrain your clever mind. After all, you've shown you're in the same form as before the break.
Yeah, it will be good to know our boss is on the ball.
Okay. Let's do this.
To identify a painting, I probably should use the tags with letters on them.
I know. Oh, there we go.
It's Barocci too. He made this painting several years later. It's almost identical to the previous one, but I see some differences there.
It's this one.
The third detail of the painting, I can clearly see Angel's wings.
Avast virus database has been updated. Close. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Alright. D. Flying angel. Alright. Wings up high. Arm to the back. Yeah.
Are you sure you have everything right? I think I saw something wrong there.
Okay. Well, that's definitely the right one there. And B is definitely the right one. Maybe it's C.
The elbows are up more. There we go. That's it.
So?
All parts of that wall painting represent various paintings with the motif of the Annunciation.
So it's really the work of some fanatic. Those technicians are dead.
So far, no one has said they're dead. Not all of them, anyway.
That's not important now. We have to check it out one more time so we don't overlook anything. Not the smallest thing.
Do you mean anything particular?
I don't know. Maybe we overlooked something in those photos.
But there were 4 of us who inspected them. I think we won't find anything more on them. But there is another thing that struck me. Hasn't it occurred to you how much those paintings resemble the original? It can't be easy to do from memory. Did he have a copy with him? Those proportions, in fact, everything. That man has been painting for a long time. He definitely has a past.
Good point. I'll add it to the report. But that gets us back to those technicians. I've already heard about Argo. They aren't common structural engineers or technicians. Most of them do restoration. And they may be able to do something like that. I'll try contacting someone from Argo and request their files.
In the meantime, I'll try to get more info about those paintings.
I'll try to find something too.
Right. I'm going to do that report. It won't write itself. Before I start to write the report, I should get information about those who are missing. There might be something important. What number should I call?
Two tickets landed.
Suzanne?
Yes, Laura? So, how did it go? That case seems to be big, doesn't it?
Definitely, but a little too much blood for my taste, as well as those weird details.
If anyone can solve this, you can. Who else?
How's it going? We have to finish as soon as possible.
I asked for some research on those paintings, but nothing has come yet. Don't tell me that Kotu is done already.
Have you got any additional information about those paintings?
Sorry, not yet. But you haven't written the report yet either, have you?
Jean, do you have a moment? There was some business card in the file, but it got lost. Was it something important?
The contact of some woman from Argo's HR department. If we wanted to find out something about those missing people from this case.
Can't say I'm looking forward to writing the report. What about you? Have you found something?
Well, I have something, but I need a bit more time.
Where the heck did I first get that report? Oh, there it is.
I'd better take it. It was part of the FBI case report, so it may be important. That phone number is obviously obsolete. I might try to call my operator and find out the current one, but I have people to do that for me.
Okay. Suzanne.
Why me? Any woman would gladly throw herself at you for.
I have a business card with an obsolete phone number. Could you get me the current one?
Sure, can I see it? And what about that handwritten number on the back side? Did you try to dial that?
There's a number on the back? I didn't look there. Thank you.
I look like an idiot now. Way to investigate all your evidence.
A new telephone number is written on the back of the business card. If I need any information from Argo, I know where to call.
All right.
What?
Are you serious?
Argo, Human Resources.
Durand, Office for Art Theft Investigation.
Good day, how can I help you?
We're investigating the case of your missing employees in San Francisco in cooperation with the FBI. Could you fax us their files?
Of course, but be aware that there are only some basic facts. We're not the police.
We'll see. Maybe we'll find something there anyways.
To the fax machine.
Laura, a fax for you has arrived. It's still in the machine.
Wow, that's... Could have just gotten it for me and handed it
The
to me.
Argo technician's files. Maybe they contain something interesting. So one of them has an entry in the police database. Interesting, but it's not proof.
It's just the three of them. What about the guy that got knocked out? The what's his face? The one who survived.
We'll try to be as brief as possible. No one ever bothers to read long reports. All right, it's done. Let's see what Diego and Kotu have managed to put together so far.
So I'm gonna count on it.
So?
I have something here. I've added it to Kotu's findings, but it's not much. If you find it interesting, send it together with the report.
Well, there are a couple of interesting things there.
connected with those paintings? What does it mean? Why now? Why just now? Why can't I have a little rest? Even chance conspires against me. Or maybe not. But what could it be? An omen?
Are you all right?
What?
I just want to know if you're all right. You're as pale as a sheet. Maybe you should have some rest. It's your first day here after all. Why stress yourself? Go home, get some sleep. Me and Kotu will manage somehow. In fact, everything is almost done. We only have to send it.
Would you really take care of that report? I could use a bit of rest, that's for sure.
Sure, I just need to send it. Don't knock yourself out. I don't want to regret persuading you to return to the job.
Something's going on, Diego. Something really weird. Do you think you could omit the irrelevant things from the summary? We don't need to flood the FBI with information having, in fact, no connection with the case.
Irrelevant stuff, but I told you. I see, of course, irrelevant stuff connected to someone. Understood. Why confuse them more than necessary, right? I'll adjust that.
Laura, I almost forgot. Someone called you.
Huh? Someone called me.
I don't have anything to tell him right now.
Alright, let's find out who called me.
Suzanne?
Yes, Laura?
Do you want to tell me who called me?
Who wanted to talk to me?
Someone called and asked if you were here, speaking quite strangely. I thought maybe he was South African. My roommate has been dating one recently, so I listen to it almost daily.
Wasn't the name Jabali? Didn't they mention the name Leclerc?
They didn't introduce themselves, but yes, I think they mentioned the second name. And then something about having information for you. But when they were told you couldn't answer the phone immediately, they simply hung up. Didn't even give their number.
But I really need that information.
The exchange is manned by Muriel today. Maybe she'll tell you where they called from.
Alright. Let's call Muriel. Muriel. Whatever her name is.
Operator.
Hey, Laura.
Hey. I heard about what happened. I'm so sorry. Do you need anything? Should I drop by in the evening?
Thanks, but let's leave it for next time, shall we? Right now I need you to help me here at work. Someone called in, but they didn't leave a message.
Uh-huh. And what exactly do you need me to do?
Would you be able to find out what number the call came from?
Of course. Or do you think my computer is here just to play solitaire?
You're great, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm gonna find the last number they called you from, and I'll put you through right away.
Durand here, the Office of Art Theft Investigation. Someone called me from this number?
It is Durand.
Miss Durand, I'm glad to hear you again.
Zanzele? Where are you calling from?
I'm closer than you would expect. I've come to New York. I'm going to attend the opening of an exhibition. Very old and very strange things.
I see. Anything new at home? Anything at all?
I'm afraid nothing you'd like to hear. But I need to talk to you anyway. Come to my flat anytime. It's just next to the new opera.
I'm sorry, but maybe some other time. I'm really busy at the moment.
We have such an old saying in my homeland. One who hides his illness has no medicine. And there is something to it, don't you think? Come. Come, my dear. It's important that we have a talk, very important.
I guess I know where I'm going. If I could talk, good lord.
Madam is exhausted from the journey. You have to wait. Well, and that stuff around here. They're rare things, so try not to make fun of them, all right?
Sure, Jabali. I see our sympathies are mutual. Zanzelli has really weird decorations here. Very valuable, but a bit morbid. Almost all that's shown here is somehow connected with death.
She's an immortal.
According to the latest news, the earthquake that hit the town is the worst since the infamous Loma Prieta in 1989, taking more than 30 lives. Today, the mayor met a subway driver.
It's a simple, plain bowl, but it surely is old and rare, much like everything here. Those damn statuettes. Why did she leave them here? Does she want me to notice them? If it weren't for those statuettes, Max would... I shouldn't have listened to Renier. I shouldn't...
They say that anger and wrath are destructive. It was never true, and it's not true now. Anger is better than resignation. Such a flame may get you far, Lara. But you must control it. Let it burn only where it's needed.
That's why you invited me? Did I rush here only to listen to a lecture on good behavior? You know well why I've come.
Forgive me. I understand your concern with only one thing. I wish I had a good news for you, but it is not meant to be. They still haven't found Max's body, but nevertheless I brought you something. An amulet.
But that's his amulet. He had it on him.
Washed up by the sea. I'll give it to you, but I'd like to ask you for something. I want to help you, but you must believe me. Do you believe, Lara?
In what?
You know in what. Do you believe in Max?
How many days since he's been away? How often waking from dreams where all is as it was? Haven't I been tortured enough? Give me that amulet and I'll go.
The amulet is not an ordinary trinket. It's a powerful thing. A thing with its own story, with its soul. With a strong tie because it was given out of love. I know a ritual old and powerful that we may perform. We could summon his soul.
His soul? It means that he's dead?
Some things resist being described with the words of this world, my dear. We can't define all things, store them in a nice box with a tag. Is the color gray more white or black? So how do you decide?
Do you expect me to sit at this table with you and play spooky games? Summon those souls of yours, but you won't find him. He's alive somewhere and will return to me. He'll come back to me when the right time comes.
Oh, that unfailing human fate. Great thing. Tell me, if Max was really alive, what if he's changed? Views, values that you shared. None of that is unchanging.
He couldn't have changed so much that I'd stop loving him.
Be careful with that word, my dear. Never is too powerful for someone who doesn't see far.
Maybe you're used to manipulating people, but I recognize when someone's hiding something from me.
Now I don't understand you. What do you want from me?
Who are you? I mean, really.
I'm an old woman from an old family who is not going to be here much longer. And maybe I sometimes see a bit further than others.
So it's voodoo.
Why do you need to know everything? To understand everything? Your own aunt has a gift that you can't explain. So you stop asking questions, but you still have it somewhere in your head.
Who told you that? Have you had Jabali get information about me?
That is enough.
Wait. She doesn't mean it badly. She knows it's not like that, doesn't she? But to allow you to sleep well, yes, Jabali found it out.
You know if Max is still alive, don't you?
You think I'm tormenting you willfully? If you hear the voice of one of those singers of yours from the other room now, does it mean they are there or not? It may be a radio, but doesn't have to be. Some questions just don't have a clear answer, not even for me.
Strange name, Jabali.
Strange name, Larissa.
Touché. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
Jabali, that is the present. The past remains in the gray dust of Nyanga. Together with that name, I no longer remember. And I don't want to. Do you know what Nyanga is? It was she who pulled me from that hell. A young boy who was skilled with a knife. She never asked what I'd done, what a mess I'd left behind. She's a saint, miss. What would I become without her? How shall I repay it all to her? She hasn't much time left. It's not fair.
I would say what you're doing is already enough, and I think she sees it that same way.
That amulet. Not many people know the true value of things. Only a few understand their true essence. The magic they hide in themselves. If you try to sell it, how much do you think you'll get?
I wouldn't sell it, never. He's going to take it back someday.
Sure, you wouldn't sell it. For anybody else, it would have value of maybe several hundred rands. But for you, you feel the magic, the fine spider web woven into it.
All he ever had, what he touched, has now a completely different value.
And moreover, what about the stuff he intentionally put a part of himself in?
Why all these riddles? Do you mean his paintings?
Maybe. A painting is a window to the soul, Laura. I think you would be silly not to look at it very closely. Maybe you will see his thoughts in it.
Let's stop it, okay? I don't really have the strength to talk about him anymore now, or about the accident.
Fate is not an accident, Laura.
I'll take that amulet with me until Max comes back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Momento Mori 2. We shall end on this note, but know that our adventure is just started.